I will tell you all what I've already told some of you, and I apologize for repeating myself, but it's the way it goes. The Zoom recordings for the last two classes are still not posted as of the last time I checked, which was 2 hours ago, I think. Oh, and of course they're not going to be, because Friday, the office is closed on Friday. So I think the reason they weren't posted is because the office was closed throughout Pesach. And so our class right before Pesach started, well, whatever. And then the woman who does the posting had a death in the family. So I think that impacted also. So that's, I think, why we're 2 classes behind. Those 2 aren't posted. And I know that was a real challenge for you all. I kept asking for them. I kept nudging. I don't have the recording. It's in some cloud space that the women at the office know how to get to, but I have no access to. So that's why we are where we are. Hopefully, come Monday, maybe all 3 will go up, and that will be very helpful to all of you. So, and also, it's going to feel like things are moving more quickly, I think, just because there's so much more material that you're expected to remember and that we are working upon, right? We keep building on. But I think it's going to start to sound familiar again, okay? So because we just learned, right, the prayer for lighting Shabbos candles, and we learned the prayer over the wine, and our next target is Kiddush, the Friday night Kiddush. So what I'd like to do today, I'd like to just review. We'll start by reading together the prayer to light the candles and the prayer for the wine. And then I'm going to play you a YouTube of a lovely sung version of Kiddush. But what she does, which is why I think this is the perfect YouTube for us, she starts by singing Shalom Aleichem, and then she sings the Kiddush for us. And she goes at a nice pace. I'm going to ask you that we have the prayers in front of you while she's singing, so you can follow along, reading and singing if you like, with her, but you'll see carefully how each word is pronounced, because she so beautifully pronounces them and goes at a pace that I think you'll have no trouble following. So that's how we're going to start today's class. So I think we should start on page 36 of the book, which is the bottom box has the prayer for lighting Shabbat candles. Everyone have it?
Oh.
Yes? No?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So I think we should read together, although I'm happy to have each of you read a line, but let me ask it as a question. Is everyone comfortable with it? Can we read it together? Does anyone have a specific question about that prayer? Okay. Hi, Rhoda. You have to unmute. Okay, so Rhoda, we're looking at the box on page 36 that has the prayer for lighting Shabbat candles at the bottom. Okay, so we're going to read it together since everyone says she's comfortable with it. Okay, and here we go. Baruch atah Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hadlik Shabbat. Sounded good. Okay, no questions. Everyone feels comfortable. Yes?
I have a question.
Okay, yes.
The second word to the end on line 2 is mitzvah tav
Yes.
at the end.
No, b'mitzvotav. This is that weird, crazy word that you just have to recognize.
Okay.
Right. So, because in this word, it has the vav doing three different things, maybe. I don't know. It's doing a lot. So in other words, the fourth letter there, that vav with the dot on top, this is a time when you're pronouncing it as a V, but also as a vowel, so it becomes vo, right? B'mitzvo. And then at the end, we have tav. The yud is silent, and the last vav is just the V sound. So b'mitzvotav.
Okay.
All right. And that was the tricky word among this whole thing. Exactly. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Okay. So now we're going to turn to page 39, the box at the bottom, which is the prayer for wine.
What page?
Page 39 at the bottom in the box.
Okay.
Everyone comfortable with this one?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Okay, so we're just going to read it together, just like we did the other one. And here we go. Baruch Eloheinu melech haolam borei uri hagafen. Good. That sounded perfect.
So look, can I ask a question? So
Certainly.
we just read this, something that we know. And do you expect that we should be sight reading? You know, like there's a difference between, oh, I know what word comes next and I'm sounding it out, and sight reading. Do you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. So yes, so in this case, what I think you should be doing is getting your eyes and brain to come together with what your mouth knows to say. So in other words, your head, your brain and your mouth know this prayer by heart. Your eyes aren't used to reading it along with your speaking it.
Right.
So what I hope you're doing by reading it slowly and focusing in on each word as you say it is getting your eyes and your brain together to say, oh, that's the word my mouth knows. I don't know how else to describe it, but
That was good.
Yeah. So, and then as we progress, it will become sight reading. It will become, you recognize Baruch Atah without knowing what's coming next. You begin to recognize Eloheinu melech haolam without knowing what's coming next, because they are the beginning of many, many things, and they are not necessarily followed by Borei Pri Hagafen, right? At all. Similarly, if we look at the candle lighting, so I explained this a couple of weeks ago. There are two different kinds of brachot, blessings. The ones that are saying it because it's a commandment, and I'm doing this as you've commanded me to do. Asher kiddishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu. You commanded this. That's the Shabbat candles, as opposed to just, I'm saying, oh, what a wondrous thing this is, Borei Pri Hagafen. It's a prayer saying, I am joyously about to do something. I'm enjoying whatever this is, the fruit of the vine. It's not because you commanded me, right? Asher kiddishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu. That's not part of this prayer. So two different kinds, and but nevertheless, there are enough of those too that we know that beginning. We just know it because we've heard it our whole lives.
Right.
And those words are going to come up in other places as you start to learn the full Kiddush, and as we start to learn the Shema and the following paragraph of the Shema, right? And the Amidah and the things that come after. So that anyway, so that's why these are good places to start, because they do fall off the tongue quickly and easily, but we slow it down so that our eyes connect to that. And the more we practice it, the further in we get with different combinations that you don't know so well, you will feel comfortable sight reading the ones that are familiar and sounding out some of the more challenging ones. But again, as we do them over and over, they will get far more fluid. Okay?
Can I ask a question? The Adonai
Yeah.
in this book that we have,
Yes.
is it just the high? Because it's a book that can be easily destroyed, because the Adonai I'm used to seeing in a prayer book
Right.
is always the Yud.
So it's coming up later in the book that he will point out, I think, that there are 3 different ways commonly that you will see it. This is one of them.
I had never seen it. I only had seen it what's in the prayer.
Okay, so no, this is one of the ways. This is not an uncommon way. There are books that show it this way. Okay. So in the prayer book, so if you look at page 45, why don't you guys flip to the bottom or to page 45 and look at the bottom. He shows the 2 yuds.
Yes.
That's the other, I think, more common way that you're used to seeing it. Yeah. So I think there's 3 ways generally, but that's okay. So I think he's just trying to show you all of them to get you accustomed to them so you won't get tripped up. So he showed you one, he's going to show us another, and I'll see. I personally haven't really gone past page 49 or 50 in the book, so I'm not sure if there's yet a third he's going to show us. Okay, but I'll try to find a version of it and show you. Okay.
I just was wondering if it was because of the different types of books. And
I don't think so. I think it's purposeful on his part.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, what I would like, so we ended at the bottom of page 40 last week. Our new target prayer is the Shabbat, Friday night Shabbat Kiddush, which is on page 45. That's our target, the box on page 45. What I would like to do is have us watch a YouTube together of the Kiddush sung beautifully, but she introduces it by first singing Shalom Aleichem. And so what I would like you to pull out is whatever page of your book where you have Shalom Aleichem, whether it's page 1 or I forgot what other page it's on.
30.
30, sounds right, yes. And then have ready page 45. So when she finishes Shalom Aleichem and she starts Kiddush, she's going to start exactly as we have it in the box on page 45, okay? So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to listen to her together. Oh, come on. What is it asking me? Okay. On your screen until it is quick. What's going on here? Okay, you know what? Maybe we're gonna, tell me if you can hear this. I can play it without you seeing her face singing it, obviously.
Okay.
Okay, because it wants to stop the recording for me to show this, and I don't want to stop the recording, obviously.
Okay.
All right, so you'll tell me if you can hear well enough. If I need to make it louder, I'll make it louder.
Hello, this is the Friday night Kiddush. So when you are making Kiddush on Friday night, you hold your cup up high and you begin. Now, you might have begun singing Shalom Aleichem, so why don't we start with that? Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elom. Melech Malchei HaMelachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Shalom Malachei HaShalom Malachei Elyon Melech Malchei HaMelachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzidchem v'shalom Malachei HaShalom Malachei Elyon. Melech Malchei HaMelachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Then you raise your cup up high, and some people will go, Savri Chaverai, and everyone else should shout, L'chaim, to life. Savri Chaverai, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei ha'gafes.
Everyone see we're on page 45 in the box, right?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. I'm going to continue her. Okay.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat chodsho be'ahava u'beratzon, hinchilanu, zikaron v'maseh v'reshit. Ki hu yom techila lemikrai kodesh zecher l'tziat mitzrayim. Ki vanu b'chama v'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim. V'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava u'beratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
Wasn't that beautiful? So beautiful. Okay. So that's the target we are heading to. And we need to learn several things to get there, right?
Yes.
So we're going to start on the top of page 41. Okay. At the top of the page, there's the two arrows pointing to our target phrase, which is Hin chilanu, hin haltanu. Okay, so there's a letter here that is new to us, the chet, the CH sound. So let's see, on our chart that I sent out, so they say chet is CH as in Bach. Of course, a lot of people have trouble pronouncing Bach. We won't get into that. But the thing to look at about this letter, in my opinion, is so we've previously learned the letter that sounds plain like a hey, right? Like the word hey, the letter is also called hey. This is not that letter, but that letter, I'm going to try and find one to point out to you. Of course, on this page, where is that letter?
Line 4.
Exactly, line 4. The third word in line 4 ends in a hey. Okay, there's the word is techila, and the last letter is the hey. It has the open left-hand line. You see that? Whereas this letter, chet, that left side completely connects. Do you see what I'm pointing to, what I'm trying to point out to you?
What line are you on?
Okay, so on line 4, okay, you know what? We can do it on line 3. Let's do line 3, the first combination of letters in line 3. The first combination, line 3, the first letter is a cha, is the chet, the cha, la, and it ends with that hey, which is silent, that H sound, which is silent. And the thing I'm trying to get you to focus on here is the difference in the how the letter chet is printed, the new target letter, and how a hey is printed. And so it's pretty obvious here that the chet, the new letter, the left-hand leg connects totally to the top horizontal line, correct? Whereas in the hey, that left-hand leg doesn't touch the top horizontal line at all, right? It's open up there. That's the difference between these two letters. Literally, that's the difference in how they're typed. And I don't have a
CH is more than just H. So the
That's
H
true.
and the CH is closed because it's the whole.
That's a good one. I thank you for thinking of that. So yeah, those little things should help. And this letter has the same sound no matter where it appears. It's a CH, like in l'chaim. Like, okay, ch. It's that hard, tricky guttural sound again for us. Right. And we need it for several of the words that we encounter in the Kiddush. So, again, the target word at the top, the first one, hin chilanu, that's the first word next to those two arrows on the top of the page. And the next word, hin chaltanu. So we need this chet sound to get us there. Okay, so let me read those two again. The top with the two arrows next to it, the word on the right is hin chilanu. And the word to the left is hin chaltanu. And this is your only new part for pronouncing those.
Okay.
Okay.
Except that the ch looks like a t.
What? I'm not sure. You're looking. We're looking at the second word.
Just the symbol itself looks like I would read it as a t.
Okay, so let's break down for a second.
The t has a line down.
Right, exactly. So the second word up at the top of page 41, the left side word. Okay, I'm gonna break it down into its syllables. So the first two letters give us the sound hin. Okay, the second two letters give us the sound chal. Okay. Okay, now the next letter is its own syllable. That's a ta. And then the last syllable is new. But so Cheryl, you're saying you're getting a little confused with the chet and the taf.
Yeah.
So the taf there has that little foot on the left. You see it?
Mm-hmm. I do.
That's important. That makes that letter, that T sound.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So we broke those down. In terms of, so I'm going to be cognizant of some of the comments before about how, let's not read gibberish. Let's read words. Okay. So line 2, these are good words. So chai is life. And the first combination here on line 2 is chai.
Hi.
The second is the plural, chayim. The next is what we tend to hear, l'chaim. L'chaim, right? We say it colloquially l'chaim, but it's really in Hebrew, l'chaim, which is to lives, the plural. Okay. The next combination is
Right.
Torat Chaim. Okay. And the last is El Chai. Okay. Okay. How about if we do these together? I'll read, then you guys repeat. We'll just go across line 2.
Okay.
Chai.
Hi.
Let me do it first. Someone's reading for me. I don't know who it is, but thank you. But let me read, then you repeat. Okay. I'll do the second one. Chaim.
Chaim.
L'chaim.
L'chaim.
Torat Chaim.
Chaim.
El Chai.
Chaim.
Very good. Nice. Okay.
And when I can't talk, it's the bank. Tell them to call back.
Okay. So the double asterisk there is at the bottom of the page, telling us that when the yud is at the end of the word and there's an ah vowel that's involved, instead of it just being ah by itself, it becomes I. So El Chai, you see how we did that? I did that naturally. I had forgotten you guys hadn't learned that yet. And this is the time you're learning it, okay? And you'll just get used to it, I hope.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay. So let's see where this is going to take us. Let's go to line 4. And I'll read and you repeat. So this is the 2 target words plus a little extra. Hin, chi, lanu.
Lanu.
Okay. Next one is hin, chal, tanu.
Tanu.
Okay, now this word I want. So it starts out with the H sound. So be careful that you're not doing a CH at the beginning. The first syllable is hin, an HN, hin, chal, tanu.
Tanu.
Okay. The next is a short word, techi la. Right. So it's actually 3 syllables, I guess, because the taf at the beginning has the shva under it, the 2 dots, which gives us the t. Then you have the new letter chi, and it ends with la. So techila. Okay. And the last combination is a real word, bacharta. Right. Bacharta. Very good. Very nice. Exactly. Okay. Now, line 5 and line 6, they're both, they're not quite the same, but they are combinations that we have from a prayer. So we're going to do them. How about if, is it all right? I'm going to do all 3. I'm going to do line 5 as 3 words together. I'll say them, then you say them. Okay. I'm not going to stop. You wait for me to do all 3, then you do all 3. Okay. Here I go. Be'ahava uvaratzon hin chi lanu. All right. Wait a minute. You want me to let's do it one by one, and then you'll do all 3 together. I can see none of you feels comfortable, so let's not do that. Okay. I'll do one, you do it. I'll do the next, you do it. I'll do the third, and then hopefully we'll do all 3 together. Okay, here I go. Be'ahava
Bahava,
Ah,
Uveratson
Uvaratson,
hin chi lanu.
Lanu.
Anu.
Okay, now I'm going to do all three in a row. Ba'ahava, Uveratson, hin chi lanu. Okay, you guys go.
Ahava.
Bahava, Uvaratson, Lanu.
Nice. Yes, yes, you guys got it. I think that was very strong. Okay, I'm going to do 6. I'll do word by word. And so I'll do a word you do after me. Ba'ahava,
Bahava,
Uveratson,
Uvaratson,
in chaltanu. Good. Okay, I'm going to do all 3. You're going to do all 3 after me. Here I go. Ba'ahava uveratson hin chaltanu. You go.
Bahava,
Ahava.
Uvaratson, Tanu.
Really good. That's it. You guys are getting it. Okay, so line 7 are phrases from the Kiddush, just broken out for us. So the first word, I'm going to read for you the combinations. I'll just read them. Just listen. Techila, hu yom techila, yom techila, the mikra'e kodesh. Okay, so now we'll do them one by one. The first is techila.
Tequila.
Good. The second phrase, hu yom techila.
Who
Yom Tequila.
Tequila.
Okay. The last phrase, how about we do this in parts? We'll do the first 2 words, then we'll do the last 2 words of this last phrase. So, yom techila,
Yom Tequila.
the mikra a kodesh.
Kodesh.
Okay, so if we put the whole thing together, I'll read the 4 words together. Yom techila, the mikra a kodesh.
Yom Tequila.
Kodesh.
Good. Yes, absolutely. Okay. Line 8 is more phrases from Kiddush. I'm going to read. I'll break where each of them is broken. Don't repeat, just listen. Bacharta, Bacharta, Vanu, Vacharta, Ve'otanu, Kidashta. So those are basic pieces of Kiddush. The first one I'll read, then you repeat. Bacharta. Good. Vanu, Vacharta. Okay, so let's stop here for just a second. So you see in the first word Bacharta, we have a bet. We have a dot in that first letter, right? That makes it a B sound. In the second combination, we don't have the dot in the bet. So now it sounds like a V, right? Right? So while the first one is Bacharta, the second one is Vacharta. Right? It doesn't have the dot.
Right.
Okay. So now I'm going to go to the third combination, which is 4 words. I'm going to read it for you. Vanu, Vacharta, Ve'otanu, Kidashta. All right. So do you think you can read the 4 together?
No.
Yeah.
I have some shaking their heads and others saying no. Okay, I'm going to break it down for you. I'm going to do the first two words, you repeat, then I'll do the second two words, you repeat. So this is the last combination on line 8, right? Vanu vacharta, you repeat.
Vanu vacharta.
Good. Ve'otanu kidashta.
Otanu
Kidashta.
kidashta.
What's the last word?
Kidashta.
Ki
Dash.
dash
Ta.
sha
Ta.
sha
Ta. It ends ta,
ha.
right? Okay. And the tricky word here, honestly, is the third one,
Katana.
ve'otanu. Yes, because you have that vav, you have 3 vavs in this letter. At the beginning, you have just a v sound, right? The shva under it, the little short v. Then you have the aleph and the vav with the dot over it. So it needs to become the o vowel. Yeah. So the o. And then at the end, it needs to become the u vowel. So you get the o tanu. Right. That crazy vav for us. It does all those different things.
3 different sounds, the same letter.
Exactly. In the same word. Right. Right. You know, we can get it. I know you can get it. Okay. So let's, so in the box, which is lines 9, 10, and 11, these shouldn't be too tricky, honestly. Again, these are right out of the Kiddush prayer. I think we can do them as combinations. All right. If you guys get stuck, we'll slow down, but let's do let's go from right to left across. Yeah, let's just go straight across. I mean, personally, I like reading it down and then go up to the top and go down again, but I think there's a purpose here and why we should read them straight across. So that's what we'll do. Line 9, I'll read the first 2 on the right side. Shabbat kadsho. Okay, let me do it again. Vishabbat kadsho.
Shabbat
Kadsho.
Okay, and then on the left side, Vishabbat kadshecha. Okay.
Shabbat Kaddish.
Right, so it's the second one that's trickier, right? The kadshecha. Okay. Okay,
That's
so
4 syllables. Kadishaha.
no, it's really not. It's the kadshecha. It's really 2 syllables. Okay, but for purpose of you guys, you know, breaking it down carefully, then yes, you can do that. But it's really kadshecha is how it's pronounced. Okay, and when it's chanted, it's certainly that. Shabbat kadshecha, right? That's the phrase we're working on. Okay, so and then if we go to line 10, it's be'ahava uveratzon. Okay. Uvratzon. So and on this one, the shva under the vet, so uvratzon. You have that little extra. Okay, you see that? I think it's repeated. There's nothing different.
Yes.
It is.
Yeah, I just.
Right, so we're going to skip it and we're going to go down to the line 11, where these 2 words are the top of the target words from the top of the page. So the one on the right, lanu, and then the word on the left, hinchal panu. Okay, good. All right, so let's see what page 42 has in store for us. New words, a new letter. How are we doing on time? Okay, we're good. Okay, so this letter at the top of the page in the box has a K sound. The letter's called Kaf. We need it for the phrase ki and mikal, which is at the top of the page. But what can we say about this Kaf? So it always sounds like a K. It's curved along the right-hand side. The top and the bottom are always curved. You've got that little sort of hook on the upper left. I mean, it's I don't know what else to say about it. When it has a dot in it, it has the K sound. I think we already learned it without the dot, didn't we? As the CH sound.
Yeah, it's on the bottom of the page.
Right, but I'm saying, well, we've previously learned it. I don't remember how far back it was that we learned it without
far
the dot.
back.
Right? It was a while ago that we learned it without the dot. I wish he would reference that because I'm really bad at remembering. Yeah, we've learned it way back.
On page 5.
Thank you. There you go. Exactly.
Very
We learned
good.
this really early because we need melech, right? That's why we learned it. So this is the companion. It's the identical letter, but once you put that dot in the middle, it has that hard K sound.
But why is it different than that other K?
It doesn't sound different, but it is a different letter.
But are they used differently?
Well, spelling conventions are way beyond the purview of this class. But so, yes, we did learn. So if you turn to page 33, okay, flip back to 33. So this review on page 33 shows you all the letters we had learned to that point. And Cheryl, you're right. So if you look in the box on the top of page 33, the last letter on the left-hand side has that K sound. That's a kuf.
Line 5 on that page.
Well, no, I'm looking at, well, yes, there's it on line 5. You're correct. There it is next to the number 5. That's the kuf. Exactly. That sounds like a K. It's also,
Right.
it's also at the top box on page 33, the farthest left letter at the top of the box is also that kuf, that K sound. So yes, there are several letters, as we've already learned, that have identical sounds, even though they are different letters. You know, we have the V sound, which can come from a vet or a vav. We have a T sound, which can come from a taf or a tet. We have this K sound that can come from a kaf or a kuf. This is just this language. These are the letters. This is what we're going to learn. And I can't explain why, because I am not, I'm not skilled enough. Sorry, I just don't know the why.
They show that on the bottom of 42. The cuff and the cuff and the
Oh, yes, you're exactly right. Right. I hadn't looked down, but yes, exactly. Oh, so here they are. They have the kaf, the chaf, then the chet, and then the hey at the bottom of page 42 in that sort of boxed area. Why they have the hey here, I really don't know. But yes, these are letters that look very different, sound alike. And you're just going to learn to read them. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So this letter, the kaf, always sounds like a hard, a K. Let's look at line 3, because this will start to sound familiar. So I'm going to read line 3 and talk about it a little bit. The first word is kala.
Allah.
Okay, and then you have likrat kala.
Oh,
You see, for Friday night service, right? Lacha dodi likrat kala p'nei Shabbat nekaba. Right? So this is kala. I think kala is bride.
Right.
So we need this word, we need this letter to get to this word to end up getting more of the Friday night service. So that's why we have this. Now, so I read you kala, likrat kala, but now here we have lecha. So there's no dot in the middle. I'm on the third combination on line 3, no dot in the middle. So it sounds like a CH, right? Lecha, and then it's followed by dodi. Lecha, dodi, and then likrat kala. Okay? And not to worry, we're going to learn this. And I found a YouTube of someone singing it to the tune I learned. There are a gazillion different tunes for lecha, dodi at this point. So you'll have to forgive me if I end up using one that's very old. But I found it. The pronunciation of the words is best for our use. So that's why when we do it, that's the tune I'm going to use. Anyway, okay. So how about I read the first word and then the combinations in line 3. You guys will repeat. I'll read, you repeat. Okay. So the
Okay.
first is kala,
Kala.
Kala.
likrat kala,
Ikrat.
Likrat kala.
lecha dodi,
Lacha dodi.
dodi,
likrat kala.
Ikrat. Kala.
Likrat
Kala.
kala.
Good. Okay.
okay.
Okay. Line 4 is the word kavod. You say kavod.
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 Code,
Excellent. Okay. Line 5 is kavod.
kavod,
Kavod.
See, they changed the vowel under the first letter, kavod, and then the second combination is kavod malchuto.
Kavod.
Malchuto.
oh,
Okay. Line 6, this one's a little more complicated. Kamocha. So you see
Kamocha.
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 So it's using the letter with and without the dot in it, right? So it starts out with the dot, so it's the k, and without the dot, it's the ch, and the mem has a dot on the upper left corner. I hope it comes out clear. It's a little smudgy on mine, but that's the vowel there as the O, right? The upper left corner O. So this is kamocha.
kamocha,
Okay. And the reason we need this is for the prayer mi kamocha, right? Which you probably recognize.
kamocha, yeah.
Exactly. So the phrase here on the left part of line 6 is mi kamocha.
Me,
Kamocha.
Okay. So as I said at the beginning of class, now, thank goodness, the phrases we're learning really are things that are coming right out of the Siddur. And I'm going to try for us to focus on them as phrases. And then as we get further down the road, I imagine we're going to get to these prayers. Okay. So that was line 6. Line 7. This is a familiar word, Chanukah, right? Chanukah, line 7, right? And then here's a nice phrase, Ner Shel Chanukah.
Ner Shel
Hanukkah.
Hanukkah.
That means the candles of Hanukkah, the Hanukkah candles, Ner Shel Chanukah. Okay. Line 8, Ki.
ki,
And the phrase is Ki Haim Chayenu.
ki,
Haim.
haim,
Haim.
Okay, so Ki Haim Chayenu.
Haim. Haim. Haim.
ayenu.
Good, good. Okay, makes sense? Okay. And now line 9, we're going to skip line 9 and go straight to line 10 because it's a repeat with an add-on. So I'm going to read line 10 slowly for you. Just listen. Ki hu yom. Just listen. Ki hu yom tehila lamikra kodesh. So we heard it sung. Ki hu yom tehila lamikra kodesh. Right? That sound familiar?
Yes.
Okay. So let's break it down and read it. I'll read a word. You repeat. Ki
Ki
hu
hu
yom
yom
tehila
Tehila
lamikra kodesh.
Kodesh.
Okay, excellent. Line 11, let's just do the phrase to the left. I'll read it. Mikal hayamim.
Mikal
Perfect. Line 12, we already know the word on the right, ki, so let's see the phrase. Ki vanu vaharta.
Ivanu
Vanu
Baharta.
Okay, vaharta.
Harta.
Got that? Good. And then they put the whole thing together on line 13. Let me just read the phrase for you. Just listen. Ki vanu vaharta mikol ha'amim. Okay? So if I read it,
I should have taken Spanish.
I can't help you with that because I never took Spanish. So I can't help you with
Doesn't
that.
help.
Trust me, it's not helping.
But you know, this is going to come because again, we're getting close to prayers, you know. Okay. And I'm going to keep sending you YouTubes. You're going to keep hearing the prayer in your head. It's going to click. Trust me. Okay.
And if you go to services,
For sure.
I mean, this is why I'm having an easy time, because I've gone to services my whole life and I know these words, and some of them I recognize, which has been why I've been able to keep up and get my place in the prayer book if I lost it. But I wasn't sure of all the words, and that's why I'm taking this class. And it's amazing how really when you start looking at the words and sounding them out, how you know them.
Right.
And the more you go to services, the more you'll understand them. And it really comes to you very easily to let the word just flow out, because you do know it. You've said it or almost said it exactly the way it should be said. And when you see the letters and you can put them all together, it makes it so easy.
Well, and then you're going to have an aha moment. You know, I think Beryl's already had her aha moment, but it's coming. You guys are going to have it. I feel it. Okay. All right. So let's do line 13. I would like to read the whole line and have you guys follow by reading the whole line. I hope that it goes okay. All right, so let me read. Ki vanu vacharta mikol ha'amim. Now you.
Ki vanu
Yes, you guys have it. That's exactly right. Okay, so we just have 5 minutes left. Let's look in the box on the bottom of 42, okay? I'm writing myself a note very quickly. So next week what is the date next week? Someone do,
16th.
the 16th, thank you. Okay, I'm writing a note where to start next week, because if I don't write it now, trust me, I won't remember.
Our synagogue is opening for Friday night services with reservations.
Very nice.
Finally, so.
Okay, so the box in 42 is showing you how we get the K sound with either the kuf or the kaf, depending on which letter happens to be in the in the word. And then the next two over how do you get that CH sound? Again, they sound the same. They're just two different letters that yield that sound. And then they're contrasting the hey sound from the chet sound, the CH, as the last letter there. So I'm going to go across the box, all right? But you guys should know this. So the first letter in the box is a K sound, right? The next letter has a dot in it, also a K sound. The middle letter is the CH sound. The fourth letter, the CH sound. And the fifth letter, right, an H. Just that breathy, okay? So, should we read across or should we read down? They want us to read across, I imagine, but I don't always follow the rules. So, okay, the first word top is likrat. Okay. The next kala, I'm reading across to the left. Kala. Now this one is chala. And then again, chala. And the final is halel. Right.
So which is challah, the bread?
Right, exactly.
You know, because I don't know.
Right.
You never see it in Hebrew.
I believe it's the fourth one, challah. I'm pretty sure, but you know what? I'm very rusty at spelling.
It's like Hanukkah. 10
Right.
different ways.
Right. And that to me is the unfortunate part of this book, is he gives you both, but he doesn't tell you which is the right one because it's not part of the curriculum. Unfortunately. So, all right. So then the next line, the middle line here, starting at the right, kadosh, amocha,
Whoa.
yeah, okay.
What? Kadosh?
Okay, we're in, okay, the box, the grid at the bottom of page 42, okay? You got
Kadosh, and then what? Hamo.
Okay, everybody. Ka-mo-cha.
Okay.
Right? It's got the letter with and without the dot. So we start out with the K, we end with the CH. Ka-mo-cha. Okay, now the middle word, there's no dots in it, so it's ha-mo-cha. Ha-mo-cha. It sounds the same, that letter, at the beginning and end. Okay, now we have the word for life, chai. Okay, and now we have haya, exactly. So it's got two hays in it, haya. Two hay sounds, very good, haya. Okay, the last line in our grid off on the right, kol. The next one is kal. This one is tricky. This middle one is kachal. Okay. Yachil. And the last one should be very familiar, Elohim. Okay.
Why does the olive have two
Double, right?
vowels?
I don't remember the answer to why it has two vowels. For our purposes, it doesn't mean anything different in how you pronounce it. Okay, and I will try to get an answer to why it has them. I think I knew and I just don't remember. I apologize.
That because it's God?
Honestly, I don't want to say because I don't remember. Okay, so I'm going to send you the YouTube of our lovely singer, and you'll be able to see her voice and watch her do it. if you want to practice the entire Kiddush because she's singing it, you're welcome to. I urge you to follow along in our book on page 45. So I'll give you the pages when I send you the YouTube link, okay?
Okay.
And I will also, as soon as hopefully Monday when they are posted, send you the links for the last 3 classes, today, last week, and 4 weeks ago before Pesach. But, you know, I'm looking every day. I want to send them as fast as I can, but I can't rush the person who's responsible for posting them. You guys are doing great. Thank you so much for putting in the work.